So good afternoon. So, welcome participants. Good afternoon to all present here. On behalf of the Department of Biochemistry, RVS College of Arts and Science, IQAC Cell and IIC Cell, we welcome all the participants for the 7 days International FDP virtual program, Interdisciplinary Application of Science and Artificial Intelligence for Sustainable Development. So it is our 5th day session. So we have with us Dr. K. Pradeep Sir, Associate Professor, Government Ayurveda College, Kannur, Kerala. We welcome you, sir. Dr. Pradeep
Thank you,
sir.
madam. Thank you.
Yeah, we welcome you, sir. Thank you for accepting the invitation from RVS. And we are proud to say that Pradeep sir is also our scholar from the Department of Biochemistry. So we are very happy to have you over here, sir. And he'll be addressing on the topic need for collaborative research with Ayurveda and biological sciences. So we'll have a small intro about Dr. Pradeep sir and his achievements. Over to you, Amuda ma'am. I call upon Dr. Amuda ma'am, Assistant Professor from the Department of Biochemistry, to give a brief introduction about Dr. Pradeep sir. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon to one and all. It's my privilege and honor to introduce our today's speaker, Dr. K. Pradeep, Associate Professor in the Department of Kriya Sarir and RMO at Government Ayurveda College, Kannur, Kerala. He is a dedicated Ayurveda academician and researcher over 17 years of experience. His academic journey reflects a rare and admirable interdisciplinary spirit. He had completed in Sarir and MSc in Biochemistry, MBA and PG Department of Health Science Research and Clinical Research. He had guided numerous scholars and published a book, Anusandhana, a short handbook of qualitative research. He had published more than 30 research articles in Scopus and Web of Science journals. He had completed 3 research projects. Now I warmly welcome Dr. Pradeep sir and look forward to his valuable insights. Welcome you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Amuda ma'am. Thank you for your brief introduction. And to add on to Amuda ma'am's brief introduction, I need to emphasize on one point, because as we are FDP mainly emphasize on interdisciplinary research, a right man is sir, which I can say and very well accepted, because beyond Ayurveda, being a doctor in Ayurveda, he has a special interest towards the life science and biochemistry, and yet his journey of research traveled with us by doing one more degree in PhD in biochemistry. So, sir, you are a real interdisciplinary person and you are the very apt person for the FDP program also. We welcome you back. Please, the session is yours, sir. Please.
Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. So, can I share my slide?
Yes, sir, definitely, you can.
So, I think the slide is visible.
Yeah, it's visible, sir. Visible.
So, good afternoon, one and all. So, first of all, I thank Department of Biochemistry, RVS College, for giving me this opportunity to interact with you. So, I should tell interact, because actually we people, actually basically I am from an Ayurveda doctor, practicing Ayurveda and teaching Ayurveda. So we'll be sharing some of the views. There are n number of areas where we can collaborate, but I will be sharing some of the areas where we can collaborate according to my view. But this is only a view, so we can have an interactive section, I think. So half an hour I will be taking some of the views, and after that I think the faculties can raise questions so that I can share my views regarding that if possible. That also is there. So I'll be with this half an hour. I'll be sharing my some of the views where we can collaborate. So I welcome all of you to my presentation. So need for collaborative research with Ayurveda and biological sciences. So it will be when we talk about collaboration. So it will be like from reductionism to systems and translational biology. So why we need a collaboration? So global healthcare challenges demand integrative solutions. So in global healthcare systems are concerned, so they need integrative systems where not only a single discipline can handle the disease, but multidisciplinary approaches can cure the disease and give a good result to the mankind. So single discipline research is insufficient to address chronic diseases, aging populations, lifestyle disorders, and preventive healthcare. So my slide is moving. Hello?
Yes, sir. Moving, sir. Moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so as biological sciences and Ayurveda, so biological sciences are increasingly moving towards systems biology, integrative physiology, and translational research. So as far as Ayurveda is concerned, Ayurveda considers systems as a whole. So when we are treating a patient, we see the patient as a whole systems, not for cardiac, not like renal disease or something like that. So we see the body as a whole and we treat the disease as a whole thing where the doshas, what we call, so actually the basic theory of Ayurveda is three doshas. So we try to equalize the doshas, or when the doshas are deranged, the disease may occur. That is our concept. So Ayurveda represents a large structured body of empirical knowledge that can generate novel biologically testable hypotheses. So Ayurveda mainly considers systems biological approach other than the biological sciences. So we'll see what are the strengths of Ayurveda. So Ayurveda offers holistic, individualized, preventive and promotive and curative healthcare concepts grounded in Tridosha, Prakriti, Agni and Asana. So there are many more concepts, around 20-25 concepts are there, which is very difficult to explain to a common man or to any other sciences, because those who have learned Ayurveda, they know these concepts well, and according to that only we are diagnosing the disease and we are giving the medicines. By considering this Tridosha, Dadus, Agni, then many other like Guna, Virya, Vibhaga, so many 20-25, more than 25 concepts are there, which is not known to the biological sciences. So that should be explained in purview or in the view from the biological sciences as well. So because Ayurveda was written long years before, where even microscope was not available. So there is lack of objectivity in many of the concepts. So to make it objective, we have to collaborate between the biological sciences so that these theories can be well explained and so that evidence can be generated. So biological sciences strengths. Biological sciences provide experimental rigor, molecular tools, quantitative measurements, and reproducibility. So what are the current gaps in Ayurvedic research? So main gaps, what I feel is challenges include limited mechanistic explanations. So as I already had told, so many of the theories or many of the concepts which is explained in Ayurveda cannot be explained to the other science people or other scientists. So that is another problem. And lack of biomarker-based validation and reduced global acceptability. So because we are not able to explain this through the biological sciences, the global acceptability is also being less. So complementarity of both systems. So Ayurveda explains why and from whom, and biological sciences explain how this can be measured and how much can be measured. So these are when both can be combined, it will be very easy and very scientifically this can collaborate and can be explained. So Ayurveda is a hypothesis generating system. So Ayurveda is not merely a therapeutic system, but a framework describing metabolism, adaptation, resilience, and aging. So when Ayurveda is considered the main thing or one of the main concept, Agni is explained. So Agni is nothing but the metabolism. So what we call it as not purely metabolism. So we can correlate this with metabolism. So concept like Prakriti, that is Prakriti is related with genomics. So many studies have been come up recently or 2-3 years back. So Prakriti has got very much correlation with the genomics and Prakriti concepts. We call it as phenotypes. And another thing is, so genomics we consider more genotypes. So this Prakriti has got relationship with the genomics. So we have got 3 Prakritis mainly, Vada, Pitta, and Kapha Prakriti. And people will be having Vada Pitta combinations. So all these Vada Pitta and Kapha will be there in each one. And if we call it as Vada Prakriti, it is like predominance. So Vada properties are predominant, we call it Vada Prakriti. So that is regarding Ayurveda. And Rasayana also is another concept where immunity, longevity can be maintained. So that is also is a subject of research where we can combine these both the systems. So for scientists, Ayurveda serves as a source of complex real-world biological models. So limits of pure reductionism in biology. So single target and single pathway models often fail in chronic multifactorial diseases. We know that if we are using a single target medicine or single pathway models, it failed to give result to the chronic and multifactorial diseases. But inter-individual variability and drug response remains poorly explained. So in Ayurveda, more chronic diseases can be cured other than acute diseases. So if you can do some research in chronic disease, it will be very good. So there is a growing need for models that capture system level regulation and adaptation. So why Ayurveda fits systems biology? So Ayurveda inherently views the body as an interconnected adaptive system. Multi-component interventions reflect network level modulation rather than linear effects. This aligns closely with system biology, network pharmacology, and multi-omics integration. So in Ayurveda, many of the drugs have been explained, which is not undergone clinical trial or phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 or phase 0 trials. And government is permitting this medicine to prescribe. Why? Because it has been practicing for years, which has given results. So actually reverse pharmacological approach will give how this drug is acting. So we have to go for a reverse pharmacological studies to find how these drugs are working. So what is the role of biochemistry? So being a scholar in biochemistry department, so I used to think all these things. So biochemistry enables evaluation of the enzymes, hormones, oxidative stress, inflammatory markers, and metabolic changes. So biochemistry provides the common explanatory language between Ayurveda and modern biology. So Ayurvedic interventions can be studied using enzymes, metabolites, redox markers, and signaling molecules. So biochemical endpoints allow objective validation without altering Ayurvedic concepts. So Ayurvedic concepts, as I told, many concepts are difficult to explain to the common scientific person. So if we can collaborate, this can be explained through the biochemical or biochemistry language, so that it be very easy for the scientists how these things are working on, how this system is working, how these Ayurvedic concepts are working. So metabolism is and Agni. So this is an example for an Ayurvedic concept. So metabolism, as all of you know, so Agni can be explored through metabolic rate, mitochondrial efficiency, and enzymatic activity. So differences in metabolic phenotypes parallel Ayurvedic Prakriti classificates also. This opens avenues for metabolic phenotyping and flux analysis. So we consider a disease as the derangement of Agni. So we call it as Roga Sarvebhi Mandakno. So it is whenever there is less digestive fire or not digestive fire, Agni, when there is less Agni, it will lead to disease. So we know that nowadays this metabolic syndrome is increasing, like lifestyle disorders like diabetes, hypercholesteremia, hyperuricemia. So everything is increasing nowadays. So that is because as far as Ayurveda is concerned, it's because of the derangement or Agni is becoming less, or Agni, because of this Agni decrease will cause less digestion, leading to the disease. So there is a metabolic derangement. So when we consider Agni concept, we can say that it is similar to metabolism. So another thing is oxidative stress, inflammation, and Rasayana. So Rasayana therapies emphasize longevity, resilience, and tissue protection. So biochemistry can evaluate antioxidant enzymes, redox balance, and inflammatory mediators. Such studies connect traditional rejuvenation concepts with molecular aging research. So nowadays, molecular aging research is very much going on. So Rasayana is are drugs. There are many Rasayanas explained in Ayurvedic textbook like Charaka Samhita, Sutra Samhita, etc. So Ayurveda emphasizes more on maintaining health rather than treating a disease. So it helps to maintain the immunity rather than getting a disease and getting treatment. So Rasayana is a concept very much explained in Charaka Samhita. In the starting lesson itself, Rasayana is explained. So to prove that whether it is giving good rejuvenation or it is maintaining good immunity, we have to collaborate and we have to do research on that. Then comes the proteomics and polyherbal formulations. So polyherbal formulations act on multiple tasks simultaneously, and actually many of the Ayurvedic formulations are polyherbal in nature. So proteomics captures global protein expression and pathway modulation. So these are more appropriate than single target assays for Ayurvedic drugs. So this is another thing. So because many of the Ayurvedic compounds are polyherbal in nature, so how these is hitting the target organs, that should be studied. Another topic may be metabolomics, capturing system level effects. Metabolomics reflects the final integrated output of gene protein environment interactions. Ayurvedic interventions often produce subtle but global metabolic shifts. Such patterns are best detected using metabolomic profiling. So how these Ayurvedic interventions affect this metabolomic profiling can be studied. Then comes Ayurgenomics and biological individuality. So Ayurgenomics is a wide area where we can submit proposals, and I think in many of the Ayush, many funds are giving for doing these type of research, Ayurgenomics. And Prakriti-based stratification aligns with genetic and epigenetic variability. Ayurgenomics provides a structural approach to personalized biology. This can improve study design and reduce biological noise in experience. So Prakriti-based studies are nowadays a very important area where Ayush is focusing on, and how this Prakriti is influencing the diseases, and by deviating from the Prakriti or by doing something called epigenetics, how this disease can be prevented. So these are some of the areas where we can collaborate. And another thing is toxicology and safety as research strengths. So another hazard or another thing which is coming up nowadays is so Ayurvedic drugs are causing some toxic effects. Before that it was telling that Ayurveda has got no side effects like that. Now some toxicology or toxic or adverse drug reactions also are reporting nowadays. So toxicology and safety studies has to be done, even though it has been explained years back and it has been practicing throughout these years. So we can make it safe that, or we can say that these drugs are not toxic and it is very safe to use. So safety evaluation is critical for global acceptance of traditional medicines. Biochemical and molecular toxicology ensure dose predictability, and risk assessment. This area offers strong publication and regulatory impact. Another area where we can collaborate is in the microbiome. So as I had already told, acne is the basic for treatment as well as for normalcy. So microbiome nowadays, so much of research has been coming up. So diet, herbs and lifestyle strongly influence gut microbiota. Ayurveda provides structural, dietary and behavioral interventions. Microbiome research can objectively study these effects. Then another area is the role of biotechnology. So biotechnology can be used in cell culture, animal models, recombinant assays, and bioassays, and support experimental validation. So this can also be used to make good variety plants, like using hybridization or many other technologies can be used to give more potent plant medical sources, so that the potency of the drug or medical herb can be increased. Biogenomics, I had already explained. Proteomics, proteomic profiling helps understand multi-target effects of complex Ayurvedic formulations. Metabolomics, systems biology. System biology integrates multi-omics data to study global biological responses. Then pharmacological validation, experimental pharmacology confirms efficacy, mechanism of action, and dose optimization. So this is a very relevant area where Ayurveda can collaborate, because I already explained, because the reverse pharmacology studies, pharmacological studies can give how these drug actions is occurring. So we give multi-compounded or not only single drug formulations, many drugs are there. Compound prints we are supplying. So how these drugs are acting, or which part of the drug is acting, that should be studied. How mechanism of action should be given. Mechanism of action of the drug should be explained, and dose should be optimized so that there is no side effect. So pharmacological validation is an important area where we can collaborate. And toxicological evaluation, so safety assessment, standardization and quality control. So marker compounds, phytochemical profiling, and batch consistency ensure reproducibility. So phytochemical profiling is very much needed. So which are the compounds present in that particular drug? And herb drug interactions. So collaborative studies prevent adverse effects in integrated clinical practice. So how these drug interactions, herb drug interactions should be studied. Integration. So laboratory findings must translate into clinical outcomes through well-designed trials. So by doing these preclinical studies, we have to go for this clinical research also, like RCTs, randomized control trials, like that, keeping the control as modern medicine drugs or any other drugs which has been already established, so that we can make more evidence. In personalized medicine, Ayurvedic Pragati aligns closely with the modern precision medicine and preventing and promoting health. So this is the area where Ayurveda emphasizes more. So Rasayana research demonstrates roles in immunity, aging, and metabolic regulation. So when the COVID came, so we were told to give immunomodulator drugs so that people get protection from COVID. Then another one is Panchakarma research. So Panchakarmas are the procedures where we do externally, internally also we will do. So there are 5 procedures. So physiological and biochemical monitoring explains therapeutic effects. So by how these karmas are affecting the body should be studied using the biological monitoring, which will give the therapeutic effects of these panchakarmas that can be done. And another area where we can collaborate in nutrition and dietetics. So Ayurvedic dietary principles can be validated using nutritional science and microbiome studies. Chronic disease management, integrative models benefit diabetes, arthritis, obesity, neurological and psychosomatic disorders. Neurobiology and Ayurveda. So Medhi Rasayana research supports neuroprotection, cognitive enhancement. So in neurological diseases, we can have some integration with Ayurveda. Immunology and Vyadhi Kshamata, immune markers provide measurable correlation. Regarding this immunology and Ayurveda medicines, where we check the IgE level of the diseased patients, and we found that by taking Ayurvedic medicines, its IgE level were reduced, so that the disease also got reduced, and IgE level also were reduced. This was one of my project. So this is the area where Ayurveda can contribute many things. So translation research, bench to bedside research ensures societal impact and clinical relevance. Institutional collaboration models. So MOUs between Ayurveda colleges, medical colleges and research institutions are essential. And faculty training in modern tools is key for sustainable collaboration. So we need Ayurvedic faculties to get trained with these biological scientific tools, and biological scientists should be trained with these Ayurvedic concepts, so that we can collaborate very easily. And they will. So we have a scientist called scientist in Ayurveda. He is a biotechnologist, I think. So he know all these concepts of Ayurveda very well, and now he's doing a very good research on Ayurvedic medicines. Challenges in collaboration, conceptual differences and communication gaps can hinder collaboration. So what are the strategies to overcome these barriers? Common frameworks, mutual respect and shared training programs help the integration. Clinicians, biologists, statisticians and bioinformaticians improve research quality. So we need a team to do the research, so that we can communicate very easily and do some interdisciplinary research. Collaborative research strengthens teaching curriculum and mentorship. Affordable, safe and effective healthcare benefits helps the community. So Ayurveda provides ready to study human interventions with long-term usage. Biologists gain access to clinically meaningful, ethically grounded research. This strengthens bench to bedside translation. So there are so many funding agencies also where we can get interdisciplinary projects funded. Ayush, ICMR, DBT, DST and global agencies. So this is my key message for the biological scientists. So Ayurveda is not an alternative to biology, but an extension of biological inquiry. It offers complex system-level interventions that biology increasingly seeks. Collaboration expands scientific scope rather than diluting the rigor. And biochemistry and biological sciences are central to meaningful Ayurveda collaboration. Such partnership advance systems biology, translational research, and public health. So this is my take-home message. So here I am concluding my talk, and all the faculties of the biology. So we can have a question answer session, so that you can ask me a few doubts, so that I can, if I can, I will answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradeep sir, for the wonderful presentation. So now, audience, the session is open for your questions. You can either post your question in the chat box, or else you can open up your mic and you can talk. Any questions in the chat box? Gayatri, look into the chat box. Is there any questions, ma? And I have a question for you, Dr. Pradeep sir. So,
Yes,
how
madam.
will recommend new formulations apart from there are many Vedas and saying a lot of formulations are there in the market. But still, when we go for a novel finding, like if it's going to be a brand new drug that has to be formulated, could you please say that how well, what are the things that an approval has to be made before the formulation comes into the market? Because as per biological module, we have to make that suranas or whatever in form of the rasayanas or whatever you want to make. So as per Ayurvedic regulation, could you please emphasize on the topic like what are the things that we have to prove to the sector of Ayurveda before that comes to the market?
But actually, the classical formulations which has been explained in the textbook, it does not need any clinical trial or preclinical studies is needed. Okay, but when we are choosing a new drug or any new formulation which is not explained in these textbooks, we have to go for preclinical studies and like clinical trials like that. Then only that will be accepted. Like just like modern medicine, we have to go for all the formalities which is needed for the modern medical drug. So if you are marketing or if you are developing a new drug, so all the formalities has to be followed. So that is the law. That is the rule. But if you are taking a drug, a combination from the classical textbook, it is not necessary that we have to go for all these things.
Okay.
So that is regarding a marketing. But if we want to prove it scientifically, scientifically, or if you want to explain it to the biological scientists, we have to go for reverse pharmacological studies, like how this drug is acting like that. Even so we are thinking about all the classical medicines has to be again gone through these things, I think, because that was these things were written long years back now. So we don't know whether that is causing any harm or anything like that. There is no proven document for that. No. So that has to be done. So that is a regulatory thing.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you so much for the answer.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, this is Vijay from Department of Biochemistry, RBS CAS.
Yes.
Sir, I'm having one doubt.
Yes.
While analyzing the Ayurvedic drugs with animal models, can we use certain amounts of allopathic drugs also, sir? Is there any co-enhancements or co-inhibitions like that, sir?
So I think we can't use like that, sir. If you are using an Ayurvedic formulation, you have to, because we don't know whether there is any adverse drug reactions, drug interactions is going on there. No. So it also may cause harm to the patient.
Okay, sir.
So it is not advisable to mix the Ayurveda with allopathy, because we don't know whether it is causing any poisonous thing, whether it is converted to anything which is harm to the human body. No.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Is there any more questions from the audience side?
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Very nice presentation. Thank you for your presentation. Sir, only one tip we need, sir. Even though we are women, we need a more HB. No, so can you give any tips for enhance that HB level?
Usually we are giving medicines like in Kerala we give Drasharishtam, Lohasavam like that. So what is the difference is if you are taking iron tablets, the absorption of the iron tablets will be less compared to these Lohasavam, Drasharishtam combinations. Okay, this actually Lohasavam and Drasharishtam is a Ayurvedic preparation which is very much digestible and easily absorbable form. But if you are taking a iron tablet, the absorption of iron will be very less compared to these things. That's what, from my personal experience, I'm telling.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir,
So
in government hospital and all, they are issuing folic acid tablet to the students also. Is there any possibilities as like for our Tamil Nadu government? Do you know? I don't know. But is there any possibilities like they can be supplied this medicine in your government?
Actually, that I'm not supposed to answer for that because government has to take some decision now. So here in Kerala, as far as concerned, so every village there's one allopathic hospital, one Ayurvedic hospital, or Ayurvedic clinic, no, government dispensary is there, so that people can choose either allopathy or Ayurveda. So there is an option like that.
Okay.
But when Tamil Nadu, I think Siddha is
Because
getting more practiced. Siddha is more, I think.
Okay, sir. Because
So
I need to go 1 or 2 days.
you can use this dry grapes to improve the hemoglobin.
Oh, okay,
Dry
sir.
grapes.
Oh,
Okay. So
okay.
Drashadishtam is the
Thank you.
is like Drashadishtam is made up of dry grapes only. That is black color, black grapes, black color.
Oh. Directly we can take it, sir. Otherwise we need
You
to
have to
soak
put it in. You have to put it in water. You have to boil it because so many
Then
poisonous things will be there in dry grapes
Oh,
because there's so many preservative. So you put it in water, hot water, and boil it and keep it for
Okay.
1 day or overnight.
Oh,
Then you can take in the morning so that
Okay.
HP will be increased.
oh. Okay. Really, very thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Nice
Okay.
place also, sir. We are following the same thing, but we are taking dried fruit itself. Okay, nice.
Okay.
Thank
Then
you.
another thing is pomegranate is also very good. Pomegranate.
Okay.
Pomegranate,
Thank
you
you,
have
sir.
to take the shell itself. That shell, no. So not only the
Oh,
inside,
yes, sir.
you have to make juice with that. What is that shell, no? The outer portion,
Okay, sir.
and then you
Oh,
can make a juice of it, and you pour it in
okay.
an iron vessel overnight.
Oh,
Iron vessel, but
okay.
pure iron vessel. So
Uh,
then in the morning
okay.
it will be black in color. It will be
Okay.
black in color.
Okay.
Uh, so
Okay.
that can be taken instead of this iron tablet.
Oh,
So that will also increase
very nice, sir.
hemoglobin.
Okay.
Okay. So these
Thank you
are the
very much,
things
sir.
what we are using in our
Thank you.
consultations. Okay.
Okay, that's why I'm asking you, sir. Thank you very
Okay.
much,
Okay.
sir. Thank you for
No
giving such a
problem.
wonderful opportunity.
Whatever things I can share, I will share. No issues, madam.
Thank you, Satya ma'am, for your question, and thank you, Pradeep sir, for giving a detailed explanation about the ways to improve with the health benefits with regard to the Ayurveda. As like they have more than an FDP, it will become a consultation with the doctor too. Thank you so much. So, participants, any more questions? So, dear participants, if there is any more questions, you can also post the same question with us separately, so that we will definitely connect with you with Dr. Pradeep for your clarifications. So now it's time for the vote of thanks. I call upon Ms. Jamal Fatima, Assistant Professor from the Department of Biochemistry, to give away the vote of thanks. Over to you, Jamal.
So, respected speaker, esteemed faculty members, researchers, and dear participants, on behalf of organizing committee, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for the enlightening online International FDP Day 5 on the topic need for the collaborative research between the Ayurvedic and biological science. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource person for sharing such a valuable insight and enriching our understanding traditional system and modern biological science that can integrate to create evidence-based, innovative, and sustainable healthcare solutions that has truly inspired us to think beyond the disciplinary boundaries. In the era of where traditional research, precision medicine, and integrative healthcare are gaining global recognition, collaboration between Ayurveda and biological science is not just desirable but an essential. We express our sincere thanks to the management and the organizing department for their constant support and encouraging in conducting this program successfully. Our appreciation to all the technical team for ensuring smooth execution of the online session their dedication efforts behind the screens made this event seamless and effective. Finally, we thank all the participants for their active involvement throughout interactions and the enthusiasm throughout the program. Your presence has made the session meaningful and successful. Once again, we extend our sincere thanks to everyone who contributed to the success of the event. Thank you all.
So thank you, Jamal, for the vote of thanks. So thank you once again, Pradeep sir, for your
Thank you, madam.
presentation.
Thank you, madam. Okay. Thanks. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much. So we thank all the participants for joining with us, and there is a feedback link in the chat box. I hope that we'll wait for some more minutes for the session to wind up, so that you can fill in the feedback form. And we have one more things to introduce to you. We are also planning for an international conference in artificial intelligence and biological sciences to be held on 24th and 25th of February 2026. The poster is posted in the WhatsApp group. It is exclusively for the research scholars, students and faculty members. The event that is being allowed to participate is only the paper presentation, and the paper's presentation themes are also being displayed in that particular WhatsApp group. So participants, you can enroll in that, and if you wish, you can also make your students to participate, and they can gain the e-certificate, and the prizes will also be given to the first, second and third participants. And regarding the FDP, we have two more sessions, one on 17th and one on 18th. The last day we have 18th along with the valedictory functions. On day 8, we have Mr. Lakshmanan, the CEO of Allwell Solutions from Bangalore. He'll be addressing on the topic Translation Biochemistry from Lab to Industry. And on day 7, on 18 to 2026, we have Dr. S.P. Suryaraj, Associate Professor and Associate Vice Principal from the Center of Nanobiotechnology, Rathinam Institute Group of Technologies. So he'll be addressing on the topic from innovation to impact building sustainable enterprises through intelligent technologies. So with this, we also have the valedictory function followed by the official meet, and thereby a final feedback session will also be posted. Thereby the participants with more than 70% of your certificate, that is your attendance, will definitely gain your e-certificate along with this. So thank you participants for joining with us. With me, Shamina, signing off from this event. Thank you. Meet you all tomorrow afternoon by 2:30 p.m. Thank you.